That's really weird.
There you
Back
go.
in.
Yep, back in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Grab here.
Yeah.
So Derek was asking if he's playing Q too. If Bob's gonna play Q too.
We'll ask him when he comes back.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I just want him to play enough games that he gets a feel for it, but I also don't want him to just be stressed out and feeling like he has to play shit.
Yeah,
games.
that's a lot to,
Yeah.
to like jump into.
Yeah, and to try to adjust to two different ROMs. But
especially in the years that we're in.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So
Bob,
it crashed, but we're back in.
There you go. Sorry.
so you want to ask him about the Q?
Yeah, so Bob, the Jason who played as the Rangers, Derek.
Yeah.
I call him Derek. Jason Luke is his name, but Luke is it Luke?
Yeah.
And
Probably.
but Derek Sutton. Do you know who Derek Sutton is?
Yeah.
No. So I know you know who he is, but his team is the Hamilton Mustangs. Do you remember the movie
Youngblood.
Youngblood?
Yeah,
the hockey movie.
yeah.
That's what the Hamilton Mustangs are from. That Derek Sutton is the main character in that.
It's Patrick
Yeah,
Swayze.
it's Patrick Swayze. So that's his whole thing.
I remember the movie.
Yeah, that's Jason's whole thing. So he's asking, are you going to be playing in the Q2 because the owner of the Timmins Tardigrades also vacated
God,
their
I forgot
team
she
to
was
the
in
Q.
that too, yeah.
And then, like I said, the Q is the team with 18 teams, and the
we're
W
in-
is the team with
we're
30.
in that
We're
league.
both in that one.
Yeah, I got it.
They're just asking. You don't.
Yeah,
you don't have to say
let's,
anything.
let's
That
first
league
get some of
flies.
this down.
Yeah.
And the thing in the Q is they didn't play any of the
Zero
games.
games.
They didn't play any
Yeah,
games.
right.
Oh,
So their team is brand
You're
spanking
starting
new.
from scratch.
Has nothing to.
I wouldn't mind.
Her team's better than mine.
Yeah.
So the answer is
My
yes.
team.
I don't have
Shit.
little kids and all that to worry about anymore. I just have to worry about one person.
So Mike, the answer is yes. He's doing
He's
it.
in. So he's in.
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't care.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I like the Q. I think the Q's
The
still
Q's
good.
fun. Yeah.
It's a fun league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, a great,
It's just
it's
because
great for
again, so
warm-up.
that's the
It's
Q
great
started in
for just playing
1980, and
games.
we're in 1984 right now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
So like
I
Bobby,
remember all them years. Though.
Bobby Clark's like old now. But
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Gretzky's super young. So you have all the.
Oh, I remember all that.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Actually-
We watched the Flyers when they were half
Oh,
decent.
next
That's
year's
probably
draft.
the last time I remember them being
Next
decent.
year's draft in the Q
It's Mario.
is Mario Lemieux.
Mario.
Yeah.
And Wow, I think, right?
Yeah.
Mario
so.
and Wow.
Go league that European balls.
Okay, so
So shitty Bill. We're moving on to that.
let's go. Let's talk about the shitty bill. So let's explain to Bob what the shitty bill is first of all, so he knows what we're
So
talking about.
basically, in this league that we're in, the top 8 teams from each conference make the playoffs.
Okay.
The other 16 teams drop into a different tournament
Oh, so that's cool.
called the shitty bill.
Yeah.
The advantage of that tournament
Yeah.
is if you win that tournament, you get the first pick.
Oh, okay. I understand that.
If you come in second, you get the second pick.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then if you finish with the worst record, you get the third pick.
Okay.
The worst team
Yeah.
gets the third pick.
That's nice.
So
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
still a
It keeps
really
it
good player,
interesting.
but yeah.
Yeah,
right.
just like we do at Highland, we give the other.
Yeah, we
That's
try
right.
to
Yeah,
get
we
it
try
out.
to even it out, and that
So
makes sense.
it's a fun tournament,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
and it's really competitive. Like
See, I wouldn't know because I've never played in it.
Me neither.
He's played in it 3 times. Have you played in it?
No.
Oh, I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin.
it's a game changer, though. It's a
It
game-
is.
I mean, that,
It
yeah,
is.
you get players. It's,
For teams that win
change,
that
yeah.
tournament,
Yeah.
you're getting like the best player.
Yeah.
And it can change
sure.
your
Yeah,
team.
oh yeah, no, definitely.
And that's my only problem with that is because sometimes the worst team needs that best player. and they
That's,
don't get
that's
it.
where I totally agree. Like,
Yeah.
if like last year, if I lost one last game,
Yeah.
I'm in the shitty bill.
But
Yeah.
here, but
And
no.
I don't need.
No, you imagine what that would have done for your team.
Right. I mean,
But
to
Mike-
get like a top player, it's crazy.
Here's my points on that. It's still a really tough tournament to win.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And secondly, the worst team is still getting the third pick.
Yeah.
I agree.
Which is
No,
still a
no,
great
I know. I understand. I'm just saying it's me personally. I would treat it traditionally and not have anything for the loser teams. I would just have it. They get the higher draft picks, and then all the rule teams fall back behind all those guys.
It's
And
almost like-
it just gives them something to do for the 2 weeks that we're playing playoffs.
Yeah.
But it's
I
almost
totally
like
understand.
it's almost like think of Hyde for a minute. JP,
You're not going to convince me to
No.
like it just because you play
No,
it.
JP's won 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 3.
You just want to talk about
No, but
JP.
it's almost like next year JP can't get the option of getting the first pick. I don't like that. It's
No,
random.
I understand.
It's random. It's random.
I understand.
Right.
But somehow Sean has had the first pick 2 times.
Well, that's because he's a crafty G.
Yeah. He wins and then he makes a trade with someone who gives him the first pick in the draft.
So what are you trying to say there? You're trying to say so for next year, if JP's name came up, he doesn't get the.
No,
first
I'm
pick?
saying he should get
Well,
to.
yeah, because it's just
He's in the
random.
wheel.
It's,
He's
not,
random.
it's nobody's fault. It's just random. And that
Exactly.
shit happens.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be
I thought you were saying
penalized
the
for
other way.
winning.
I'm like, what are you
No,
doing?
you shouldn't be. You should never be penalized for winning.
So
No, you shouldn't.
that's kind of what I mean. If you win the shitty bill, you won it. That's it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. To me, the shitty bill is just
Just a
participation.
If you're already interested.
I understand the purpose, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, me personally, if I was in it, I would understand and want to try to win it, but it doesn't attract me. Like, even when the games are on, I'll watch the last couple series, but I'm not watching the early series.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. Like, it's too much. Like,
Yeah.
when you get to the end, like, so let's go. Let's go into our teams that I feel like. All right, so let's go on the Wales. Okay, so I have Alberta, Sumter, Sonoma, Baytown, Italy, Timmins, Dinkelberg, and Rome. Okay, that's what I have coming.
So I'll
Those
get
are your shitty bills?
Yeah, from the Clarence.
Sure.
That's
so
what I have.
mine changed. No, from the Prince of Wales.
Sorry, Prince of Wales. Yes.
So these are mine. Sonoma, and these are ranked, by the way.
Oh, you have them in order. Mine aren't in any order. Okay.
Sonoma's 1, the top seed.
So they're the best team. They were
Best team.
the first team to miss out on the Brule.
Correct.
The Brule are the main
Right,
players.
yeah, I got you.
Salvo. I changed my
Okay.
You have
two.
them both?
Okay.
You have both in there?
Sonoma and Salvo.
I have
Wow.
them on
I have Vic. I have Pink, Einstein, which is Chris.
Yeah.
Commonwealth, which is your team.
Okay.
Jur and Dink. That's my top. That's my 8 from the Prince of Wales.
Okay. Okay.
So I changed my tune with Silicon Valley. I think Alberta gets in now. Burley.
Okay.
So I changed.
So you think text stabilizes and makes it?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I don't have it that way.
Yeah. So what's yours?
I think I don't have it ranked, but I have Pink, Steiner, Tex, Jur, Vic, Comical Font, Dink, and then I think I have NIU Huskies. I think I have them as my last.
Sonoma.
Yeah, Sonoma. They're I don't know. It feels weird to say that because
So
he played so well last year.
he did.
Yeah, that's what's weird, man.
I mean, it's tough at this point to rate when you.
It's early.
When you only have 12 games played.
That's the thing. It's
But
so
they're-
early.
For some
Did
teams,
these
no, it's
predictions-
so early for some teams. That's the problem.
We're a month in. It shouldn't feel
shouldn't.
that early. At this
No, we're a month in. If you played 4 weeks of games and you played 6 games a week, you should be at 24
You should-
games.
you should
That
be.
would give us a balanced look. Say the
Right.
first quarter of the season,
Right.
this is where we stand. But we can never fucking do that.
Right.
Yeah. So where we differ is you have
I don't have Tex. I have Tex
Salvo.
not stabilizing, and then I have Salvo. I think my borderline was Salvo and Sonoma,
Sonoma.
and I think Salvo's playing well enough that he
Yeah.
gets it in.
Yeah, long way to go. We'll see.
Yeah, right.
How about Clarence, Mike?
So Clarence, I have Gophers, Minnesota, Golden Gophers missing. I have Hamilton. You have Hamilton in. I have Audubon missing. He just has not been the same since you traded Brendan Shanahan. He just is not. Caledonia, which is another tough team, but they just don't sneak into the playoffs. Orange County, Saguenay. Gee, he just can't get any luck, man. San Diego, so this is where my swap was. I had Magnus making the playoffs and you missing, so now I've swapped that. Magnus not making the playoffs and you making the playoffs. And then, of course, Inglewood is my last team, not making it.
All right. So for me, again, this is ranked. Gopher 1, Audubon 2, Jay Pizzle.
Wow.
Yeah,
You have Uganda not making the
not
playoffs.
making it this year.
I do too.
I
Unfortunately.
don't know.
That's
Yeah.
JP.
Oh,
That's
really?
JP.
He had,
Wow.
he had
Why?
too slow. He had
He had
too
a slow
slow.
start.
He had too slow of a start.
Oh.
Because I think he's He's only a couple games over 500.
No, he's under.
He's under
He's
500.
under.
He's under
By
500.
He's
3
42
games.
games in under 500.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah.
He's 18 and 21.
He's continued that
Yeah.
too, so,
Wow.
takes a factor.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's what
trust
takes
me.
a
Trust
factor.
me. I know. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah.
So
Hey, you got the good ones.
I have Magnus after Pizzle, G-Lock, Caledonia, Gopher, Yoda, and Don Don. That's
All
my
makes sense. That all makes sense.
Just the Pizzle one was tough.
The Pizzle one shocks me. JP, you hear this shit? I can't wait to talk to you about this.
Oh yeah.
JP freaking shit. I'm watching
What
his
the
phone.
fuck?
I'm waiting for
Yeah,
his
it's
phone
gonna
to
start
go
blowing
off.
up.
I'm waiting for his phone to go off.
You said what?
I think listen, he swept me too, but he's realistic. He said it to me. It's a down year.
Well, no, I talked to him. I said,
I
said,
couldn't believe some of his losses.
what I said to him, I was like, so do you think trading Adam Graves was a bad idea? And he's like, yeah, it looks like that's the problem because Graves had over 100 points for him
Well,
last
Graves
year.
is
great.
And he's tough on
Graves
the
is a good
puck.
player,
And he
yeah.
traded him to try to get younger, right? He did.
Yeah.
Right? He got.
In the long run.
Yeah, in the
he's
long run,
he's
it's probably better.
off.
Right now, for this year.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's hurt.
Because eventually Morrow's going to be as great.
Yes.
Yeah, Morrow's is going to be fantastic. So give me your shitty bill final.
Well, he's got his.
Oh yeah, give me your points.
I mean, it's similar. So I unfortunately have Pistol missing.
So you have Pizzle too.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 out of 3, JP.
It's just, I mean, to be that far into the season and be under 500.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll have to go on a run, which I know we can. You destroyed it last year.
I agree.
Golfer, MN Yoda, G, which unfortunately, G is one of the more talented players in this league. That just the consistency is the only thing he's missing. I'm Holy Grail, which is playing better recently, but again, I don't know. And then Don, and then my I don't know. I'm between Golfer or like Gopher and Autobahn for my final spot.
So what, you have Unholy missing?
What?
You have Unholy.
I have Unholy missing. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I was watching his games versus you.
Is that what you're basing him off of? Two games where he beat me by 1 goal?
Right. That's what. But
Mike.
he felt beatable.
He is beatable. He is beatable. I don't know how I lost those games.
I don't know.
That's the games the other night where I got frustrated.
Right.
I'm like,
right.
It's funny you're saying that because that's why I have him in.
But like, we're like, he good enough to beat me in the end.
yeah,
So
I
I
kicked the shit out of Autobahn and then I lost the Grail. I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't make any sense.
But like, Grail's team is unbelievable. And when he's on, he's one of those dudes that can just beat anybody when he's on. So
I agree.
He's on my fringe, but I think I have Gaelic in Autobahn out for the same reason.
Okay.
He's 500 now.
So my final,
Yeah, you're fine.
Sonoma versus Piz, and I Piz winning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If JP gets the top pick, that'd be fantastic for him.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be really good for him. It's scary.
I have Sonoma versus Magnus again.
Magnus will be his 3rd time in the finals?
He would be. Does he have his first pick this year or no?
He doesn't.
No, he's not his first pick this
Another
year.
year without it. Yeah.
I have Italy and Autobahn.
I think Italy is a
With
dark
Italy,
he's a dark
my
horse.
winner is Italy winning it. And
He's
he
a dark- he's a dark
needs
horse.
it. He needs it.
He
So,
doesn't have.
But he plays so well. He's
Yeah.
hard to play.
I know, he's tough.
Yeah, I think
His
he has a
team
chance on that side.
Might be worse than your team.
Yeah,
Definitely.
He
I
must
think
be.
I would say
Because it's
definitely.
brand new. Because it's brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah, he
He's
just
just
came in.
back.
Your team is 3 seasons old?
Yeah.
His team is only 1 season old.
Yeah.
So your team has at least been able to be built for 3 seasons.
Okay.
And you have a goalie now. For
You have a
Texas.
goalie and Barrison, so you have 2 players right there.
Yeah,
But also-
and
And,
Morris.
Mar-
And
Morris.
Morris.
So
Yes.
you have at least 3
You have
players.
3 starters
At least
that are
3 starters.
good for 5 seasons at
Yeah.
least. Yeah.
But Joe with Italy, that's why I have.
He can play.
Yeah.
Man.
So who do you have winning the shitty?
I had Magnus winning.
Okay.
He right now, if you've seen him playing recently, he's playing.
I'm not. I don't watch Magnus play.
He's playing really, really well.
Actually, speaking of that stuff, Magnus, right? Similar to Derek Sutton, he's got 52 games played, but he's got a soft schedule.
Yeah, right.
Left.
Remaining. Yeah. He played every tough
Yo!
player. He's right on the fringe with Autobahn and Gopher for me.
Should I preface what I just said? No disrespect.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
No disrespect, but
Yeah.
he's got a soft schedule.
the rest of the way, yeah. I mean,
Magnus.
he got his toughest games out of the way.
But he's
yeah.
got to play better than 490, whatever he's
But
playing
I think he will. I mean,
Hopefully.
right now he's playing really well.
Okay. So Magnus, they're saying you're gonna make the playoffs.
He's framed making the playoffs for me.
Okay.
He-
Okay.
He's making noise.
All right. I'm good with it. As
Yeah.
you can see, that's our little Magnus. That's his alter ego, Ultra Magnus down there when we talk about him. All right. So that's our shitty bill. So we're good with the shitty bill.
We are.
Can we get into this Salva debacle that happened today?
Oh God.
Can we inform Bob of what happened
It is
today?
I think it's
Listen.
a little overstated. If I'm being honest.
Okay. Okay.
Just because
We have to touch on
Magnus
it.
said it.
Yeah.
We at least have to touch
Yeah,
on it.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because that's what we do here at this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. No, I only touch on it because taking 2 games away is what you did. You know what I mean? That's all I'm looking at it as.
Sure, but like,
It doesn't really matter.
but
I know it doesn't really matter.
also
What's 2 games gonna do?
exactly right.
No, I understand. But
They
I'm
were
just looking at
scheduled
it as like,
beforehand.
yeah,
Like, the optics don't look great.
I want you to
I'll-
know
I'll always say that. Obviously.
I was scheduled too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I mean, yeah. I mean, the
Just
day
so you
before,
know.
the day before that she called
3
off.
weeks.
Oh, right.
I was reaching out for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Listen,
So
to me, it's more about the appearance.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The
That's
optics.
it. That's
when
the optics.
he announced it and
So-
then they played,
Yes.
I agree that looks
Let's
weird.
explain to you what's happening.
But
So,
it,
the team you're
scheduled.
taking
It
over,
was scheduled.
Yes.
the person, Comical Font, who owns the team, Magnus announces that she's leaving.
Okay.
So we know we're coming in.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, she's done.
So that team shut down.
Right, team shut down. And then all of a sudden a stream pops up and it's this guy Salvo playing.
Rome
That's
Central,
him.
the Rome Legionnaires are
So
playing.
I'm like, is Bob playing right now?
Yeah.
I'm like confused.
Yeah.
So I go in to watch the stream and I'm like, is this an exhibition or is this real? And then like a few minutes later, Salvo wins. No, nothing. It's like, no, this is real. And pushes him the room too. So we're confused. We're like, so anyway, long story short, they apparently had the game scheduled
Okay.
before the announcement.
Okay.
Just 2 games.
That's
But
fine. Whatever.
it caught a lot of us off guard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start
I,
with me.
I totally agree. Like, he announced like she's done. I agree. The optics look weird, but like the games were also to be played.
So
Yeah.
let me just say,
That's fine.
any opportunity that we get to break balls, we are going to break
I agree.
balls. So Salva, and if Timmons is listening, this is strictly what we do. We break balls. We're not trying to offend. We're not trying to upset. And our opinion is not Magnus or the W's opinion.
Yeah.
We're not trying to upset anybody. But we just try to look at everything like the way I always look at everything, because I've been involved with running organizations and stuff, is you don't want to ever be able to be somebody to say to you 1 year to the next, say, well, you
Things are
treated that
different. Things are
situation
different.
completely
I-
different
I-
than
yeah,
you did.
totally
There has to
agree.
be consistency.
Yeah.
So no matter how we treat it, and that's what I said, was because last year, remember, with Red came in, everybody was like, well, Red only, the team who was that? The team,
Matty.
Yeah, Matty.
Matty A had only played so many games.
Yeah.
So let's start over because he only played 10 games against so many
Right.
people. And I was like, that's not fair. The people that played him played him. So
Right.
just let's move on and whoever comes in.
Okay.
So that's why I think that's precedent. So now
Yeah.
we have precedent set.
Agreed.
So when something
Makes sense,
happens,
yeah.
that's the way it should go. And if we
Right.
want to change that, that can't happen in
Not
the middle
mid-season,
of that
not
happening.
mid-season,
That has to be decided. So just the way I look at things is always like we have to be black and white with certain things, and just so Magnus doesn't have to insert himself. in
Exactly
everything.
right. Yeah. There's
Like
no-
it just
you don't-
eliminates
you don't
having
make
to
a
bring
call.
in somebody being like, "This is the way it has to be."
Yeah.
We
I
need to
agree.
know this is how it works.
Yeah, and Magnus doesn't want his number 2, which is the wolf,
Oh my god.
coming in.
Oh my god. Like,
You. Oh man.
Wow.
Magnus might run down here with his calves and just
yeah,
kick you.
exactly. With his calves. Oh, did you know Magnus has fucking 13-inch calves? We didn't get to measure them, but we'll measure them next time.
I
he comes down.
believe it. Yeah.
I don't even know about it.
His pants were tight. They were big.
It's for time. You guys were all checking around because I wasn't.
Checking out
I'll tell
his
you that right
kids.
now, I wasn't checking.
So okay, we're good with that. I just wanted to like we never not talk about everything. So
But
No, I agree. I mean,
Somebody did say it had a Scott Gomez feel to it.
but does Bob know about Scott Gomez deal?
well, that one feels dirtier.
So the draft was going on, okay? The draft was going on, and again, Derek, so Jason, the guy who played with the Rangers at High, drafts Scott Gomez,
Gomez,
right?
yeah.
He drafts Scott Gomez at like 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then changes his draft pick.
Yeah.
But doesn't tell anybody.
Doesn't tell everyone.
Oh.
Okay?
But it was
So now
before-
Scott Gomez
But it was
is
before.
back.
But it was before the next pick.
Before the
That's
next pick.
right.
Everything he did was right, okay?
Okay.
So he dropped Gomez back into the draft pool, but not everybody was informed that Gomez was back in the draft pool. So then Derek trades up to get back into the first
Like
round,
5 picks
like
later.
5
Yeah.
picks later,
Yeah.
because
Drafts
nobody
Scott Gomez.
realized
What's happening?
Gomez was there, and then he drafts Gomez.
So he gets Boyle, right? Dan Boyle and Scott Gomez.
Stanbol and Scott Gomez.
Wow.
So he starts getting harassed.
Of course
Alright?
it would. Like, just should.
Destroyed.
Fairly, to be fair, to not let anybody
And we love Derek.
Derek's
We
great.
we
Love Derek, yeah.
But
Wow.
it just opened up some things where we were like, that's a little
Come on,
shady.
like,
Yeah.
like not to tell.
Yeah.
Like we have ways of letting everybody know that
Exactly.
something happened.
Yes, exactly.
Just let us know. That's all he had to do.
Inside. Can you let them inside?
Oh.
They're barking.
All he had to do. Just,
Okay.
at that point, Leaguers was still a thing. Just say, "Hey, Leaguers,
Guys,
I've changed my pick."
Yeah.
That's all he had to do.
go in.
Instead,
I'm waiting to see
very
the flashlights
slightly.
go by the freaking fence.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was waiting. I'm watching. I'm
Yeah.
only waiting.
Yeah. They're just maniacs. They bark.
You got barkers.
Yeah. Well, because there's animals behind the fence.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
You know, well,
Yeah, you know.
I know.
All right. They're inside. They'll lay down.
I got one too that barks. But I have one.
My dogs-
I have
my
one.
dogs
I have
bark.
one that doesn't make a sound. If I could have two of them, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
2 quarters. There's things called.
No, I have to have big dogs like John.
Yeah.
Rotten dogs, though.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Like I was saying, though, I said I was waiting to see the flashlight go past.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, cops are here.
Well, it's honestly, it's probably too early for that because they did come
I know.
at like 11 o'clock one night.
It's only 20 after 9.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
It's early. We got a lot to talk about.
I'm not going
We're
there.
gonna do a long run.
So again, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
We're good with that. So we've touched on the queue.
Yeah.
Okay. The lower, what we consider, it's not, it's, to be honest with you, it's not even the lower.
No, because I think most of the top players.
It's really a lot of the top players. But I don't know if the 32 other guys in the league who don't even pay attention even understand what the queue is.
Right.
So what's your opinion of the queue?
I treat the Q almost like a warm-up league for the W, where I just go in there. 'Cause I'm looking to, like, I don't want to say I care less about the games, but like, I think everybody's on a similar like mindset of that league where everybody's just there to play extra 95 games.
Yes.
And the competition level I think is way harder
Yes.
on the W or the Q.
I agree.
Compared to the W.
I don't
totally
like this.
agree.
Sometimes that trips my power.
It almost
just-
did. I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it might have.
Yeah.
We got to
I
the
didn't know
stream.
that.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Just
Be
that
careful. Also, you might not be able to hear us with that
Oh,
running.
yeah, it's gonna get loud.
With that running.
Cold out here, Joe.
But another, we need a
Are you
blanket.
cold? Are you cold?
I'm good. Let me get a blanket
I'm
for
fine,
you.
Yeah.
We know. We
the,
know.
The beer and the bourbon.
Yeah. Do you want
Cold.
to?
Now I know why you're doing bourbon.
Let me cuddle you.
No, don't touch.
Where's Tommy? He can cuddle you.
Yeah. The Q is just I don't know. I think it's a more elite league. I mean, the games are harder to play because everybody's
Yeah.
there to just play extra 95 games. You know?
I agree.
Everybody there is among the better on the W. I mean, it's just a more. I think it's a more fun.
It's a balance.
lower,
right?
lower, yeah, right, and way more balanced. Right?
Yeah.
Our rosters are nobody's good except for Suttons, shockingly.
Like Bob, when you play
Shut
with your
please.
team, you've had 0 games. You're gonna like. There's not gonna be like one team that's significantly better.
Yeah.
You know,
Have you seen
like
Suttons?
in the W.
I would like to reiterate, Sutton's team is really good in the
Dude,
Q.
his team is stacked.
It's better than my W team.
No, so
unbelievable.
I in the first 2 seasons of the Q, I didn't make the playoffs, so I was in the shitty bill of the Q, whatever we call that.
Yeah.
And so I played Derek in the championship.
Oh,
2 years
that
in a
was my
row.
first year into it, yeah.
2 years in a row in the championship, and I was up 3 games to 1, and he came back to beat me in 7 games both years.
Wow.
So he got the #1 pick both years in a row, and it's really fucking
Wow.
big
Yeah,
for him.
his team's stacked.
Because I got stuck with Stasny when he got Howard Chalk, right? I think he got Howard Chalk, and I got Stasny, and Stasny's a bit of a bitch. And then the next year, I got Ron Francis, and he got who's the defenseman?
Paul Coffey.
Paul
Paul
Coffey.
Coffey.
Wow, which is unbelievable. Yeah, it was a big
Yeah,
step there.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see
Yes,
Bob's team. I
Coffey.
forget.
That
What's
Chelios trade.
What's
I agree,
I will
Yeah.
still.
because he has Chelios.
I can't believe that
Who
that
has
trade was
Chelios?
allowed.
Derek.
so he's
Look
got
at Derek's-
coffee and
we
Chili.
need-
Yes,
We
his
need-
team is stacked for the
We
next
need a
20
trade-
years
We need a trade commissioner for
in the Q.
The Q.
I agree.
Because that trade was robbery.
Yes,
Robbery.
I agree, Derek. Robbery.
Son, that was
Fucking robbery.
unreal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, did you see that?
That's great.
Yeah, perfect, right? You knew right away. I love it. I love it.
So because it's a different league, do you notice play styles any different?
I don't think so. I think everybody plays pretty similarly. It's just
Yeah.
it's just slower. I mean,
Yeah.
Everything's a little more exaggerated. People.
I like his question there. So,
Yeah.
because Bob coming into the league, he's used to the high. Obviously, our way we play.
Yeah.
So you have some. Well, I'm just saying, you have guys from Minnesota, you have guys from Canada, you have guys from all over the place. So to you, what are the different styles that you see?
Well,
I mean, we all know the ends are
Everybody-
dump.
Everybody has, yeah. I mean, well, there's I think there's the best players like Sean Bell and Colin before him. Like,
Yeah.
would just do anything. Like, they don't have one thing. They're
They
just
can't
good
do
at
it.
everything.
Yes.
No.
Like they have the dump, they have the breakaways are probably the biggest difference.
Yes.
But like they have the manual, they don't get caught. Like that.
Also-
yeah.
like precision defense.
Right, and then that's what I mean. That's what I mean. They never get caught. Like they're never. They don't give up very quickly.
Dude, their checks never miss.
Right.
Never
Right.
miss.
Yeah. Well,
Right. But then you have.
I actually
styles.
lump Nips and Puss in that too.
Yeah,
Like,
I think they're
defense
closer to that.
Is
right?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to get around them,
But their
They're
manuals
gonna
aren't.
hit you.
Their manuals aren't. Their manuals aren't as good.
I don't have as much
Sure.
trouble with Puss as I have with Nips. Nips is in my head just because that fucking dump. That's the only reason he's in my head.
That dump?
If I have,
It gets in your head. You
but
see it.
well,
Like,
my problem is
yeah.
I
You know what's coming?
yeah.
see the
right,
way
you know it's
the
coming,
way
right.
the
It feels inevitable.
up until my
Fuck.
middle of last season, I always looked at it like because of my background is like I don't want to pick the goalie.
Right.
Like I don't want to pick the goalie. I want to pick the defenseman and make the check
Correct.
and get the turnover.
Yeah.
Up till midway of last season.
But it's a 50-50.
So now, yeah, but now since midway of last season, I've changed that where it's like so now when I play Puss because I swept him at the land last season and it's like. Just get on the goalie faster.
Yeah.
Get on the goalie as fast as you
Sure.
can with certain players, and that's
Yeah.
not every player in
No,
the league.
right. Yeah.
Because some guys, with the hardest part, the first like 2 seasons of this was like you'd play somebody like Sean, and then you'd play somebody like I'll just say Gombe as an example, who doesn't really have like a system.
Yeah.
He's just playing,
Yeah.
and he's
right.
just like throwing the puck at the net.
He's throwing the puck.
Yeah,
Not for,
so
not,
it's like-
not for any reason.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
just
So
to
it's almost
throw
like
it.
you
Yeah,
get
right,
into
yeah.
that, and you're like, "There's, I don't know how to defend that because
Yeah.
he's just doing whatever."
Yeah.
Where I find it, where it's like when
So
I'm playing
true.
somebody that I know what they're trying to do,
Right.
then I'm trying to. I'm not saying I'm successful at it,
Right.
but at least I know I'm trying to
Sure.
stop it.
Yeah.
Well,
You
listen,
have a game plan against.
what you're saying is so true because I play Nipples a lot in exhibitions, and
Yeah.
everyone knows.
Do
And
you?
he dumps the puck all the time, so I get comfortable defending
Sure.
that. But then I play someone like Tex, who never dumps,
No.
and he's skating in the zone.
He goes for the
He's
breakaways and the
passing,
one-timers.
He's
yeah.
one-timers,
Yeah.
and he smoked me, and I'm like, I wasn't prepared for this. So
Yeah.
it's so true. Like
It's the larger
Sean,
players.
Sean
Yeah.
at the
Everybody
great
has a style.
the elite
There are
players,
styles.
though,
Yeah.
I don't
make
have
the
a style.
adjustment quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I don't have a style.
Yeah.
I'm just going to balls
No,
out.
but you
Yeah.
will have a style.
You'll
You're a
figure
high style.
something out.
You're
Yeah,
high.
right.
You're a
Yeah,
high
I-
style.
I-
You're just going fast, like
Yeah.
pushing the pace,
Yeah.
pushing the pace.
I was talking to Salo the other day. There is a high style. Like your guys, you have been ingrained to like just play defense and hit harder.
Yes,
than
exactly.
anybody else.
Exactly. We're
Because
not.
you're not used to the net. Well,
That's
I'm
actually
saying that you're
true.
used to
But
that.
we're also not getting penalized for hitting in the
Right,
corners.
that's
what I
Stuff
mean,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly,
And
yeah.
that is a nice. That's what's nice about our
But
tournament.
It was interesting to see
But-
Vic has the same style that you guys have.
But
Yeah, he
listen,
fits
It's hard.
right. He actually fit
It's
right
hard,
in.
yeah.
His style's
But
very
he-
similar.
Here's something that's important. That's back to the queue for a minute. The different styles. There's no penalties in the queue.
Yeah,
See.
yeah. Q is what we play.
Yeah,
It's,
and that
except
would be
not
fine.
except not 10-minute games.
But
5
also,
minute
fine.
games.
That's all right, fine.
manual
It's all right.
goal.
And with manual goal.
And
Still,
manual
still
goal.
manual goalie.
Yeah.
Which again, I like both. Okay, I'm never high at this point is never going to change
Yeah.
because it is what it is. It's
Yeah.
it's the
It's
auto
your
goal.
tournament.
Yeah,
We all know.
but if you want to play but if you want to play manual, we have outlets to play manual.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's right.
We talk about it.
Yeah.
But
I will say, at least 5 guys came up to me out of nowhere and said, "Man, we wish this tournament was manual."
No,
I'm just
I know.
saying.
I know.
I'm just,
And
and,
we
and
ta- and
nobody I knew. I was shocked to see.
there's certain guys that we've talked about
So
that.
was it Dan Becker?
and they were all Dan.
No, but there's certain guys that we've talked about it, and honestly, JP was one of those guys. And then JP
Yeah.
came after the tournament and was like, "Look, I don't."
I'll be honest. It was fun. I was doing a lot of X's with the Knicks going up to it, so I was better than I was,
Yeah.
like say 2 months prior. But going into it, I thought I was gonna have a miserable time. It was a lot of fun.
Listen, I used to flirt.
Even
With
it's a different style.
It's a totally different
Yeah.
style.
totally different style.
I used to flirt with the idea of pushing for manual, but I think for
It doesn't
sure,
need it. It
I
doesn't need
agree.
it.
I don't
It's
think
it's a
you need it.
fun
Yeah.
ass tournament, and I think like Sean Bell and some of those guys have been critical, but I think they're starting to see it.
They're critical, but
Like Sean wants to come now.
yeah. So no. So see, people look at the auto like it's cheapening of the game, and I don't
No.
see it as cheapening
No.
of the game
Different
because what I,
style.
yeah, but
Yeah.
what I see it as is I like the game with no stoppages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I prefer.
Yeah.
So if there's no stoppages, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah,
have
no, I'm right with you,
penalties and shit
But
happening
listen,
all the time.
Yeah.
But I think who said it? Someone said it. Oh, Puss. It's really anxious
Yeah.
if you miss a hit.
Once you miss a hit, it's,
in
yeah.
auto,
It's a goal 100% of the
Yeah,
time.
you're
Yeah.
screwed.
like you can't miss in
No.
auto.
No, you can't
Or
miss it
you
all.
don't.
No.
But that's where we've come. That's why we've
that's where we-
come to
that's where
play.
we
And that's
play.
why we know.
Exactly.
And that's why the high guys hit harder than most people.
Yeah.
because
But
they know if they miss that check, it's over.
but that's where it was like
Oh, yeah.
that's
You're
where
hoping to
Yeah,
miss it.
right. Yeah.
like I feel like I check in the zone
Yeah.
But to when you play somebody like Sean who checks in the offensive zone, which is like totally different, and it's just like, fuck, man. I don't know how to do that, and he never misses, which is the crazy thing. So when you're skating in and you think you have, and now you get to the point where like 65% of the guys I can guess which way they're gonna guess which way I'm moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you go the opposite direction. With Sean, I never guess.
You never know.
He knows the fucking
He
way.
knows the way that
Every
you're gonna
fucking
go.
time.
Yeah, right.
Every
He's
time.
already-
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just crazy. Certain guys are that way.
Yeah. But you got to take the manual because the auto goalie's going to
Yes,
miss it every
exactly.
time.
And even what I've learned, and I don't know if this is anything, but just what I've learned with auto goalie is a lot of times, even if I just get him and recenter him and then get off of him, like because a lot of times when they try to draw him to the post, so the goalie will go to the post, but I'll grab him and force him back to the center and just leave him. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times it's even just get him out of the AI glitch of being stuck on the post, forcing him back over, and then when you're coming, because they want to go behind the net and come around and make a play, and get the guy stuck here. But if I can force him back to the center, that immediately eliminates.